everybody, and in this video, we're going to be talking about every single thing that we have learned about the Dawning event coming to Destiny that we learned from PSX. So if you want just one video that talks about SRL and the strikes that are coming and the armor and the exotics and how to get everything, it's all going to be in this one video, and I'm going to try and keep it as concise as possible so you can learn everything you need to know without spending many hours going through different videos. So let's kick things off by talking about SRL. The Dawning event will be here on December 13th and it won't leave until January 3rd, and with SRL are coming 2 brand new maps as well as 2 returning maps that we played on last year. The first brand new map is called Shining Sands, which takes place on Mercury, and the second is Hakan Precipice, which takes place on the snowy Cosmodrome. Now, Sparrow Racing will indeed stick around after the Dawning event goes away, but only within private matches. If you own the Taken King, you can still play Sparrow Racing within private matches, but you just won't have the 2 new maps. You will only have the 2 old ones, but you can still enjoy some Sparrow Racing, which I think is pretty cool. With Sparrow Racing comes the usual armor, and of course, a whole slew of sparrows for us to collect. There's not much else to say about Sparrow Racing. It's racing sparrows. That's what it is. And there's 2 new maps. That's what's happening. Now, moving on to strike scoring, which is a brand new thing that is coming with the Dawning and will still stick around just like Sparrow Racing. So what it is, if you haven't seen it, is when you go into a strike, you will get different scores for killing different things and killing things in different ways. You get points for meleeing things, you get points for grenades, you get points for an acolyte, you get points for a shank, you get points for pretty much everything. Now, this scoring system will be available in the Siva Crisis playlist, the Siva Heroic, and also the Nightfall. Now, sticking with the theme of strikes, we have 3 revamped strikes that are coming with the Dawning. We have Omnigul, Nexus, and Taniks. Now, Omnigul and Taniks are both Siva-fied. We're gonna find lots of Siva stuff going on, but the Nexus actually has 2 versions, one being the completely normal Vex that we've grown to know and love, and another one being with Taken. Now, the end fight is totally different depending on which version you get, which includes a total different mechanic that you can see in these screenshots, with a Guardian holding what looks like the relic from Vault of Glass to take down the Nexus shield in order to do damage. Now, I think this is fantastic. I think this is great. Bringing us different ways to enjoy strikes is just, it's great. The more mechanics, the better. They don't have to be super complicated, but adding something that we have to do within a strike besides just kill things, I think is very nice. And having 2 versions of a strike, again, I think is really good. It switches things up a little bit. It's not the same every single time, and I thoroughly support changes like these to strikes. Now, coming with more PvE things, thank goodness, because there's nothing to do in PvE right now, we are going to have daily and weekly Vanguard bounties for us to complete within these playlist, which is super duper cool. Also, there's going to be a brand new Nightfall bounty that you get from Zavala, and this is how you're going to get your icebreaker. So every week you can get this bounty from Zavala that you can complete within the Nightfall that week. You have 3 chances if you have 3 characters. Upon turning in that quest, you can get icebreaker. Knowing me, it's never going to happen. So there's that. Which I personally think is really cool because no one really has a need to do the Nightfall now, and then this is giving us a reason to actually participate in the Nightfall, which is always a good thing. There are 2 brand new exotics coming with the Dawning, unless you think they're not new because they're basically Thunderlord, but Void and Solar. We have Abaddon, which is the Solar version of Thunderlord, and we have Nova Mortis, which is the Void version of Thunderlord. They are exactly the same, they just have a different elemental damage type. Now, besides the 2 new exotics and of course the return of Icebreaker, we are also getting 5 brand new ornaments for weapons that we love. We have Red Death ornaments, which I think White Witch looks absolutely amazing. Thorn ornaments, where I personally really like the white one again. Maybe I just like the color white. I don't know. Then we have Icebreaker ones where, again, the white one looks the best, not a fan of the camo. We have Black Spindle ornaments. I think the Taken one looks the best. And then we have Last Word ornaments where I'm disappointed with both of them. They could have been much cooler. It's a cool weapon. You can also now purchase ornaments for 25 silver dust from a brand new kiosk that will be in the tower. So before, you just had to rely purely on RNG and pray to RNGesus that he will give you the ornament that you want. Now you can be like, okay, I'm gonna buy a few boxes, didn't get what I want, I'm just gonna go buy what I want, which I think is really good. And now that this is happening, Xur will no longer sell ornaments. So you will just have this kiosk around in the tower permanently that you can go and buy ornaments that you want to buy for your silver dust, which is great. Now, we will have another record book like we did last year that's going to have stuff to do with all of this event. Now, this book is free, unlike last year, which is great. Free things are awesome. Now, it also has tracking not just for SRL, but also for strike scoring. So like I said, it encompasses everything that is coming with the Dawning event and not just SRL. Part of ranking up gives you tags, such as Amanda's tag, Xur's tag, and Saladin's tag, that you can turn into their respective vendors for rewards. But we have no clue what those rewards are just yet. It might just be I actually have no idea. But we don't know what that is yet. I don't want to know. I want to find out when I turn it in for myself. So thank you, Bungie, for giving us that to look forward to at least. Now let's talk about that shiny new armor that you've seen everywhere. This armor is the Dawning armor, and it is available through Treasures of the Dawning. Now, I know people hear treasures and they're like, oh my god, why? Why do we need treasures all the time? Okay. Yes, I agree. I don't necessarily think that armor should be available through treasures, maybe having quests for it, or maybe having it just drop through the new strikes. That would be super cool. Like, you do new Omnigul or you do the new Nexus and you have a chance of getting the new armor. I think that would be super cool, but they are available through Treasures of the Dawning. Now, all is not lost just yet. Don't get your pitchforks out. We have good news. Unlike Festival of the Lost, where you only had 3 treasures that you could get for free. If you had all 3 characters, if you just had one, you just got 1 treasure. This time with the Dawning, you will get a treasure every day that you log in from December 13th to January 3rd. So you can get a ton of free treasures and hopefully be able to get this armor within that amount of time. So I think Bungie has sort of learned from the last live event that having everything just be purchased and giving players essentially no way to get those treasures beside paying for them, because now we will be getting free ones for logging in. So that's super great. I think the armor looks great. The Warlock one, I think, oh man, the Warlock, yes, my Warlock will be rocking the Dawning armor. I think it's beautiful. I really like the helmet for Hunter. I don't know. It makes him look weird, and I like weird. Weird is good. Now, besides all of that stuff, we have some other small things that are coming, which are just good. They're just life improvements to make us happier and the game easier and more enjoyable for us. One of those is that greens after level 40 will now automatically decrypt into weapon parts and armor parts. So you don't have to worry about your inventory getting full of these things that you don't care about. Also, the skeleton key drop rate is increasing. We don't know by how much, we don't know how much of an improvement that's going to be, but there's going to be more skeleton keys, and more skeleton keys are always good. So yeah, that's real nice. I think that's pretty much it. There's been absolutely no talk of a balance patch for PvP coming out. It could be a total surprise. Maybe we'll just get patch notes and be like, oh, okay, cool. But there's been no talk about it. So try to keep your expectations when it comes to patch notes rebalancing the Crucible to a minimum, because it might not ever happen. Because everything that we know about the Dawning is in this video, and this is all the stuff that's been confirmed. I can't confirm anything else. So that is it, everybody. That's everything that we've learned from PSX. If I'm missing anything out, please do just leave it in the comment section. I will pin your comment because I can do that now if it's a bunch of information that I missed out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Hit that little bell button. When you hit subscribe, hit the bell, because that's the only way to get people to see your videos is by hitting the bell. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you awesome people later. Bye.